Now at 10, 6 months of battling nonstop flooding in the South Delta, people are finally seeing water levels slightly recede, bringing them to the next challenge. How can they recover their losses? WJTV 12's Alex Love joins us live in the studio with the details. Alex?
Melanie, it's important to first note that though the backwater flood is draining a little each day since the Steel Bayou gates opened, there's still a long way to go before the flood is gone. But folks do plan to hold a meeting with officials to learn their options in the future for resources and recovery.
Working around the clock nonstop since February to save their homes and what's left of their livelihoods, a simple meeting dedicated to recovery is a big relief for those in the Delta.
Well, here we are 6 months later, and it was never a meeting that was actually titled Relief and Recovery. So that is something that shows promise to the end.
It will happen Thursday at 5:30 p.m. in the First Baptist Church of Bluff, where many speakers from the state and federal government will update those impacted by this flood and their options to get help.
So we would bring some officials from the state emergency management, from federal emergency management, from the levee board. We're going to have officials in here from the power companies. We're going to have officials in here from mental health, just to tell the people what to expect the recovery process as it goes.
We traveled out to some of the hardest hit areas in the wetlands to see what questions they might have.
To understand and know what resources were available and how to apply those resources and make best use of those resources for the recovery process.
How will they help our local economy get back on our feet? What's the time frame on it? How long will it take to get our roads and bridges back in shape? Will crews want to come in and support local businesses when they're helping?
And pastors and psychiatrists will also be in attendance to assist anyone battling mental illness or anxiety brought by this flooding.
Having to boat into their homes, having to live, on their own personal island, it's really been an extreme stress to them.
Despite being put on and held in Bluff, organizers encourage everyone across the Delta impacted by the flood to attend and get your voices heard.
And a not so fun fact about the Delta backwater flood is there's still over 540,000 acres of farmland and yards underwater. That is more than the entire cities of New York, Chicago, and Miami, Florida combined. Think of that comparison.